Hi guys, it's Chris Carnage here for DJ Tech Tools, and I'm joined with Serato and Rane. We've got Dylan, we've got Rick, and we've got Trevor. One of the things that we are really trying to get to the bottom of is just the relationship between Serato and Rane, and the way that it's come out with two brand new mixers. We've got the 62 and the 61, which are both two-channel mixers, both integrate Serato Scratch Live. What is the main thing behind putting these new mixers onto the market?
I think the main thing behind putting them on the market is the motivation behind it is giving DJs a really serious instrument that will let them progress and give them more options of what they can do. And we don't tend to release a lot of mixers really fast. We'll put one out, it's long-lived. We see where DJs want to go or where they're headed, and we put a lot of time into looking at what they want in the way of a tool. And to be perfectly honest, when we send them out to the artist for the first time, their first impression of looking at it, oh my god, it's a little overwhelming, but then they picked it up in like 5 minutes without even a data sheet because it just turned out to be intuitive.
Yeah.
The stuff was kind of where they could find it and kind of where they expected.
We learned a lot from the 68 as well. You know, like the 68 was the first dual USB port mixer, and then we did this one, and we've learned a lot about how to make that work with the software and the hardware to make it really, really easy. So, I mean, this has got two USB ports, so you have your two DJs plugged in, and there's the switch at the top on this mixer is incredibly simple. It's just like, do I want that computer? Do I want what's plugged in the back, or do I want the other computer? And it kind of, the software indicates all that status on screen. So if you're a DJ walking up and you plug in, you can kind of see on screen whether the other DJ is using your deck, or whether it's listening to an external source and stuff. So when you've got the two laptops plugged in, the workflow is a lot simpler in terms of hooking up both DJs and then being like, oh, okay, that deck's being used, but I can load up and compare on this one, or so.
And you don't have to touch the software. It's as easy as
you just
I'm playing, I take a channel, I take them both, and I'm going.
When you think about the way that, I suppose, as a DJ, you're never going to want to be able to do something that's going to make the sound bad. I guess what's the furthest you will go to that extent to get really crazy sounding effects, but at the same time make sure that you don't ever.
Well, I mean, in this case, I think what these guys have done with the hardware effects is really nailed that one knob simplicity. You also notice, because these are all the effects are buttons, you can jump between them really quickly, which is quite a battle style thing, rather than scrolling a list and selecting. It's just like, I want that one or that one. The software effects have kind of got a lot more. They're more flexible, but they by nature almost are a little more complicated. Yeah. So it's quite nice to have kind of the choice between the two, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. This mixer also provides layers of complexity for what the DJ needs. I mean, right on the mixer you have real basic classic effects like filter, flanger, phase, and those are immediately available. But with both the USB insert for Serato DJ effects and the external insert for your favorite guitar pedal or whatever, you can stack those up and combine them, and so you can create completely crazy effect combinations. Yeah. In addition, the effect engine here will follow Scratch Live's BPM and everything seamlessly.
Sure.
And so we try to make it easy, intuitive, and kind of basic in a way, but it has all that power within it if you want to start doing crazy stuff with it.
When it comes to the filters, by the way, is there firmware inside that you can adjust things like resonance?
Yes.
Is it the same model as the 68?
It's a little bit different that in the software setup screen in Scratch Live, we let them tweak the resonance of the filter depending on whether they're doing mixing or looking for a zip sound or kind of tailor the sound.
So can you switch this filter dial to be between hardware and between Scratch Live?
No, it's a hardware control.
Right, I've got you.
One thing you can do with it is if you wanted to link this to an effect in Scratch Live, which some of the DJs that we have working in Rane do, so that as the filter sweeps out, it brings in a flanger, so you can MIDI map it so that the control in Scratch Live tracks it.
Okay. To what extent, by the way, is everything MIDI? All of it.
There's a certain amount of the assignments are kind of pre-mapped in Scratch Live, and all the stuff that's labelled and will just work as it works. And that's not really remappable right now, but a lot of the controls that aren't being used by the software, like you say, are freely assignable to things in there.
And we gave that a lot of thought too. There's a big difference between flexibility and predictability, and we wanted this to be plug and play, that when a guy walks up, plugs it in, turns it on, we don't want it to be a mystery how it's going to work. So we've kind of restricted some of the flexibility in some areas for now, just so they had that ease of use.
So that if you push this button, it's always going to do Q1 because that's what it says.
Yeah, excellent. Well, guys, I mean, it's been a real pleasure talking to you. So this is Chris Cartledge for DJ Tech Tools with Rane and Serato. Cheers.